New heroes that will emerge, many questions. While Bharat is riding high on confidence after a victorious start to their campaign, Pakistan literally are staring at a do or die, because if they lose this one, the defending champions, the hosts, they're out. The hosts are out. That's what had happened, you know. A disappointing loss to New Zealand puts a lot of pressure for them, and they are out of their comfort zone. They're not playing on their home ground. They've had to travel from Pakistan, from Karachi to Dubai, and then re-acclimatize. So they're going to be playing their matches both on Pakistan soil and also in Dubai. Now the teams are eyeing a spot at the top four. Pakistan desperate to avoid this early exit and huge embarrassment. Stakes very high. Intensity electric. Will the momentum carry Bharat through? Do you feel a quiet sense of confidence around our team compared to, oh no, what's going to happen? Will the Pakistanis take it away this time around? Which Pakistan is going to turn up? That's another big question. Well, the wait is almost over. We got a slew of guests. Cheteshwar Pujara should be joining us. Vimal Kumar, senior sports journalist, a rovings reporter for us here on the News 18 network, is in Dubai. He should be joining us any moment now. But first, let's go across to India cricketer Piyush Chawla. पीयूष, एक बात बताइए. नमस्ते, आनंद बोल रहा हूँ. एक बात बताइए, ये नर्वसनेस होती है ना, एक गट होता है जब आप लोग ड्रेसिंग रूम में होते हैं या फिर होटल से चल रहे होते हैं, टीम बस के अंदर चढ़ते हैं, एक फीलिंग होती है. अभी भी वो फीलिंग आती है. आज क्या फीलिंग है?
देखिए, फीलिंग हमेशा रहती है, क्योंकि जब आप मैच के लिए निकलते हैं तो आपके दिमाग में बहुत सारी चीजें चल रही होती हैं. देयर आर सम बटरफ्लाइज इन योर स्टमक, व्हिच इज गुड, बिकॉज थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता है तो आप ज्यादा अच्छे से खेलते हैं, कॉशियस होके खेलते हैं. और अगर आज की फीलिंग की बात करें, एंड लुकिंग एट द करंट फॉर्म ऑफ बोथ द टीम्स, इंडिया इज डूइंग रियली वेल. द सीरीज व्हिच दे वन अगेंस्ट इंग्लैंड, एंड देन पाकिस्तान ऑन द अदर साइड, वो पिछला मैच न्यूजीलैंड के सामने जो खेले, they haven't had a great outing there, and then there are so many injuries concerned. Their bowlers are not up to the mark at the moment. So जो feeling है, which that is on the confident side now.
पर ये भी होता है ना कि कुछ ऐसे मैचेस होते हैं जहां जिस प्लेयर का फॉर्म खराब चल रहा है वो एक दिन वहां चमक जाता है. जिस टीम की लय बहुत फैंटास्टिक होती है वो एक दिन वहां गड़बड़ कुछ हो जाता है. लास्ट टाइम अराउंड ऑल्सो समथिंग सिमिलर हैपेंड. वी वर गोइंग ग्रेट गन्स अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान, समवेयर समथिंग वेंट ऑफ. यू नो, द बिग स्टेज, या साइकोलॉजिकली जब आप अंदर जाते हैं, ड्रेसिंग रूम में आते हैं, तो क्या किस तरीके की बातें होती है? क्या ज़बरदस्ती कोई कोशिश करता है कि अपने आप को काम करें? हाउ ईजी और डिफिकल्ट इज इट टू टेक इट एज जस्ट अनदर मैच? यार, एक और मैच ही तो है. हारेंगे या जीतेंगे, दोनों में कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन एक और मैच ही तो है.
देखिए, एक और मैच ही तो है, वो होता है दिमाग में. लेकिन जो बज़ होती है इस मैच की, वी ऑलवेज से इट्स अ ग्रेट राइवलरी. तो आप कमरे से निकलो, आप बस में चढ़ो, जिस तरीके से लोग इस गेम को लेके हाइप होती है क्रिएट, तो यू कैन फील दैट थिंग इन द एयर. तो आप ना चाहते हुए भी आपको लगता है कि ये सिर्फ एक मैच नहीं है, ये अलग है. तो आप और कॉन्फिडेंट रहते हो कि यार मैं जाऊंगा, अच्छे से जाके परफॉर्म करूंगा. एंड यू नो, इफ यू डू वेल इन दिस गेम, यू मेक श्योर यू टेक योर टीम ओवर द लाइन. सो आप बहुत दिनों तक याद रखे जाओगे. और लास्ट टाइम अराउंड, as you mentioned, कि India were going great gun in that finals, what happened. So that can happen to anyone on that particular given day, because that's the beauty of this game, right? Because आपका सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा होता है, फिर एक वो अच्छा एक इनिंग आती है उस मैच में. If you remember that one inning by Fakhar Zaman and then one good spell from Amir, तो वो हो सकता है, because the other team is also there to play and they are also quality side. But that was back in 2017. Now it's 2025, 8 years down the line. Things have changed, and the kind of cricket Indian team is playing at the moment, as I mentioned earlier, and the kind of cricket Pakistani team is playing, there's a huge difference. But again, at the same time, you can't take that thing lightly, because they are also a decent side.
जी, हमारे कुछ रिपोर्टर्स हैं, हम लोग न्यूज़ चैनल हैं, तो मेरे संगी साथी सब अलग अलग जगह भारत के फैले हुए हैं. पीयूष, तो ज़रा उनसे भी बात कर लेते हैं. राजन वैद हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं सीआरपीएफ कैंप जम्मू से, और जीरकपुर से भी हमारे साथ मेरे एक रिपोर्टर मित्र जुड़ रहे हैं. विल गो अक्रॉस टू बोथ ऑफ देम. राजन, बताइए कहाँ हैं आप?
जी देखिए, आज जो महामुकाबला है उसके लिए रोमांच जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. आज समूचे विश्व में जो आज क्रिकेट फैंस हैं उनकी निगाह इस मैच पर लगी हुई है। महामुकाबला भारत वर्सेस पाकिस्तान, और जो हमारे सीआरपीएफ के जवान हैं वो भी काफी ज्यादा उम्मीदें लगा के बैठे हुए इस मैच से, और आज टीम इंडिया को चीयर करने के लिए आज यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं। अमूमन इन लोगों को काफी जम्मू कश्मीर में जिस तरह से ये काफी स्ट्रेस में वाले माहौल में काम करते हैं, लेकिन आज ये पल है इनके लिए इंजॉयमेंट का भी है, और साथ में एक तरह से आज सब इकट्ठे होके आज समूचा देश जो है, जो क्रिकेट लवर्स हैं, इकट्ठे होके आज एक ही मकसद के लिए इकट्ठे हुए हैं कि आज टीम इंडिया को चीयर करना है। इनकी जो भावनाएं हैं वो आप इनके आप मुख पे ही दे सकते हैं। जिस तरह से आज आप क्या कहेंगे आज किस तरह चीयर करते हैं?
सबसे पहले जी न्यूज को
आप बताएं न्यूज 18 आप टीम इंडिया को उसको किस तरह चीयर करते हैं?
टीम इंडिया को मैं ऑल टीम को सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा, और ऑल 38 बटालियन की तरफ से मैं टीम इंडिया को धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। ये 2025 का महासुपर मुकाबला है, और इसमें हम हर हाल में जीतेंगे। हमारी टीम का बहुत ही मतलब मनोबल ऊंचा है। अभी करंटली अभी हम बांग्लादेश को हराए थे, तो हमारी टीम का बहुत ही मतलब मनोबल ऊंचा है, और हम सुनिश्चित हम जीत हासिल करेंगे।
तो
शब्दों में जो है आज टीम इंडिया को चीयर करेंगे।
टीम इंडिया को चेयर तो मैं अपने मेरे पास शब्द ही नहीं है कि मैं उस शब्द से चेयर कर पाऊं, बट मैं दिल से बहुत खुश हूं कि
गाना सुना दे टीम इंडिया के।
हाँ, टीम इंडिया के लिए मैं एक दो गाना सुनाना चाहूंगा। जहाँ पपीहरा पीहू पीहू बोले, जहाँ पपीहरा पीहू पीहू बोले, कोयल छोड़े तान, ओह भारत देश महान, हमारे भारत देश महान, ओ भारत देश महान, हमारे भारत देश महान। हिमालय से ऊंचा बा, पाँव पताल ले गहरा बा, शीश हिमालय से ऊंचा बा, पाँव पताल ले गहरा बा। जहाँ के बच्चा बच्चा छोड़े, जहाँ के बच्चा छोड़े, मधुर मधुर मुस्कान, वह भारत देश महान, हमारे भारत देश महान,
क्या
वह
बात है।
भारत देश महान, हमारे भारत देश महान, वह भारत देश महान, हमारे भारत देश महान।
Some
India!
serious talent there. Rajan, I'm going to pull away from you. Some serious talent there in that CRPF battalion there present. क्या जोश है, और इस जोश का सब I just hope sometimes our cricketers are also able to feel this जोश. Perhaps those nervous, those butterflies that Piyush was talking about शायद गायब हो जाए, क्योंकि ये जोश, ये जज्बा देखने को मिल रहा है। जीरकपुर से हमारे साथ let's go across to our reporter in Jeerapur. Yes, नमस्ते, कहाँ पे हैं आप? Where are you? Hi.
हाय, बिल्कुल आज जीरकपुर में हम मौजूद हैं, जहां पर सुबह से ही आज एक्साइटमेंट जो है वो जरूर देखने को मिल रही है। और आज किस तरह से आज जो 2:30 बजे मैच होने वाला है, लेकिन तस्वीरें जरूर आपके साथ साझा करेंगे कि किस तरह आज हर जगह, चाहे वो यंगस्टर्स हो, चाहे वो बुजुर्ग हो, जवान हो, महिला हो, हर किसी को सुबह से ही एक्साइटमेंट है। और तस्वीरें बयां कर रही हैं कि किस तरह से जो लोग हैं वो पूरी तैयारी में हैं, और सुबह से ही पूरा नाच गाना गाकर अपनी जो फीलिंग्स हैं उनको बताते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं कि आज का जो मैच है, जो रोमांचक मुकाबला है, वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट जो है वो रखता है। सोनू सेठी जो है ढाबे पर मौजूद है, और पूरी तरह से वो गाने गाकर नाच कर जो है वो पूरा एक्साइटमेंट दिख रहे हैं। सोनू जी, किस तरह से देखते हैं आज बहुत कड़ा मुकाबला है, और आज सब सुबह से ही लगे हुए हैं अपने साथियों के साथ?
आज देखो ये हमारा कितना पसीना निकला हुआ है। हमारे को इतने फोन आ रहे हैं ना, सभी हमें कह रहे हैं कि भाई साहब हमारे लिए एक टेबल बुक रखना। वैसे हमारे को हमेशा बर्थडे के फोन आता है, हमने यहाँ पे बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट करना, लेकिन क्रिकेट के मैच के आज हमारे को इतने फोन आ रहे हैं ना, अगर आज इंडिया जीतेगा तो हम भी 20% डिस्काउंट करेंगे सभी को।
तो इसी पर कुछ हो जाए सर।
लख परदेसी होइए
अपना देश निपंडीदा, लख परदेसी होइए अपना देश निपंडीदा, जेड़ मुल्क दिखाइए उसदा बुरा नहीं मंगीदा। लख परदेसी होइए, लख परदेसी होइए, खाने में नमक हो या ना हो, लेकिन खून में देश का नमक जरूर होना चाहिए।
क्या
जमाने भर में मिलते हैं आशिक कई, मगर वतन से खूबसूरत कोई सनम नहीं होता। नोटों से लिपट कर सोने में सिमट कर मरे हैं कई,
लेकिन तिरंगे से खूबसूरत कोई कफन नहीं।
क्या बात है,
भारत
क्या
माता
बात
की
है, क्या बात है। ये 30% डिस्काउंट हो ना हो, मनोज यहाँ पर आकर इनके ढाबे पे एक दिन खाना जरूर खाना पड़ेगा। लेकिन क्या जज्बा है, अमेजिंग। थैंक यू सो मच। लेट्स क्विकली गो अक्रॉस एंड ब्रिंग इट बैक टू द फैन सपोर्ट विल ऑलवेज बी देयर। लेट्स ब्रिंग इट बैक टू क्रिकेट। पीयूष चावला इज विद अस, चेतेश्वर पुजारा शुड बी जॉइनिंग अस एनी मोमेंट नाउ। विमलवा कहाँ हैं आप?
पीयूष भाई को हंसी आ रही है। पीयूष भाई के साथी पीयूष भाई जब पहली बार 2006 में गए थे कोलंबो, तभी किया था इनके साथ कवर, और जब इंडिया नहीं खेले थे तब इनका इंटरव्यू किया। तो बड़ा मजा आ रहा है कि पीयूष भाई खेले, इंडिया खेले, अभी जो है कमेंट्री बॉक्स में नजर आ रहे हैं, हम वही रिपोर्टिंग कर रहे हैं। तो कई बार लगता है कि भाई हमारे लिए समय स्थिर है। एनीवे,
देखिए, नदी का काम बहना है, रिपोर्टर का काम कहना है खबर को। अब आप खबर बताइए।
जी, खबर ये है कि आनंद, मैं आपको बताऊं कि जसप्रीत बुमराह आए हैं। सोचे
अच्छा।
जसप्रीत बुमराह जिनकी कमी महसूस हो रही थी मैदान में, तो वो आए हैं टीम की हौसला अफजाई के लिए। और बहुत सारे हाई प्रोफाइल लोग भी यहाँ पर पहुंच रहे हैं, क्योंकि देखिए इंडिया पाकिस्तान का गेम, आनंद आपको पता है, सिर्फ ये मेरली एक क्रिकेट मैच नहीं है। दुबई में आपको एक तरह से देखा जाए, दुबई जो है बेस्ट सिटी है इंडिया पाकिस्तान होस्ट करने के, क्योंकि दोनों का क्राउड बराबर है और ये लोग आपस में एक तरह से देखा जाए यूनिक है। इंडियन पाकिस्तानी फैंस जो यहाँ रहते हैं बड़े फ्रेंडली वे में रहते हैं, गुड गेम को एंजॉय करते हैं।
So how is he looking? How is Jasprit Bumrah looking? Is he fit? Is he all right? Is he recovering well? Or is he still going through rehab?
आई थिंक अभी तो जो उनकी रिकवरी जो है प्रोसेस स्लो है, लेकिन द फैक्ट कि ही हैज कम जस्ट टू चीयर अप टीम इंडिया, एंड आई एम श्योर क्योंकि वो करंट प्लेयर हैं, वो इंडियन टीम के खिलाड़ियों के साथ भी मिलेंगे, एंड होपफुली ही विल शेयर सम टिप्स। क्योंकि जसप्रीत बुमराह खेले चाहे नहीं खेले, अगर वो ड्रेसिंग रूम में भी आके 4 बातें बोल के चले जाते हैं, तो लाइक्स ऑफ हर्षित राणा हो या अर्शदीप सिंह हो, उनको काफी मदद मिलेगी। लेकिन आनंद, जो मैं एक चीज आप लोग को कहना चाहूंगा, जो एक सबसे बेहतरीन चीज दिखी, यहाँ पर मैच जो है लोकल टाइम में 1 बजे शुरू हो रहा है, यहाँ वहां पर 2:30 बजे। मैं यहाँ पर करीब 10 बजे आ गया था। आप यकीन नहीं मानोगे, मुझे लगा मैं रिपोर्टर होने के चलते 4-5 घंटे पहले आ गया। यहाँ पर लोग मेरे से पहले फैंस आए हुए थे। मैं बोला यार ये कैसे पॉसिबल है? तो आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, द काइंड ऑफ पैशन, जो इंथुसियाज्म है। This is just purely extraordinary.
Let me. I know the fan frenzy is always there because this is India Pakistan. I'm just going to try and bring it back to a little bit of cricket. Team India on Saturday had a day off. Yesterday they were out there. What did you see? Because you saw, what was the difference between the Pakistani training session and the Indian training session? Who for you looked in rhythm?
I think if you compare both Indian team का Pakistani session, Indian team was very relaxed, ठीक है ना? Body language was very positive, and in a way, Piyush will tell you. Normally, you can categorize the practice session in two brackets. Either it has to be intense practice session or light practice session, like optional. You don't have to stretch yourself too much. Yesterday's session was in between. It was neither too intense, like intense means batsmen coming for half an hour batting or bowlers going for half an hour spell. And neither it was optional. Optional means players leaving out. Some players want to practice, some no. The whole team was there. Virat Kohli reached 1 hour before the scheduled time. In fact, and nobody knows the reason. This is the first time it has happened, and Piyush will tell you that Indian team was scheduled to practice around 1 p.m. but they came around 10:30. Virat Kohli went ahead. He batted for nearly 1 hour. Obviously, Virat Kohli knows that a lot rides on his shoulder because of his experience, big match capability, and the one good thing I noticed when there was a team huddle, the kind of huddle we see just before the game, during the net practice also they have this huddle, and what I saw Rohit Sharma requesting Virat to address the team huddle. It was good to see, like a former India captain, legend of the game, being given the same kind of respect which Virat deserves, and Rohit knows no one can motivate better than Virat Kohli, especially if it comes to game against Pakistan, high profile pressure game. And it was refreshing to see that kind of bonding and the way the whole Indian team was.
So let's ask Piyush, what is discussed in these net huddles? Cheteshwar Pujara is also with us. So let's get into the huddle now and ask what is discussed when you have these net practices and there is a huddle, especially ahead of an India-Pakistan game, Piyush?
Well, it's a very normal chat, to be very honest, because from outside it looks that we are having a lot of discussion. And as Vimal bhai mentioned, there are it was like a top-up session just before the game, one day before the game when you go for practice, because everybody is not very keen to, spend a lot of time. They want to keep their body fresh. And if you talk about the hurdle, so generally you just pep talks कि यार कल match है, what we can do, what are the plans like. So there is nothing very special. It's just a pep talk, and we just discuss the plan, that what we can do and what are the roles of the players.
चेतेश्वर, ऐसे हडल्स में एंड दीज नेट प्रैक्टिसेस, डू यू गेट एन इंक्लिंग कि कल खेलने को मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा?
Yes, they do also announce the team. ये हडल में ही ये सारी बातें होती है कि प्लेइंग 11 क्या होगी, और जो मैच से पहले एक दिन पहले टीम मीटिंग होती है, तो टीम मीटिंग में जो पॉइंट्स डिस्कस होते हैं, व्हाट आर द पॉइंट्स, whatever it was discussed in the previous evening, it's more of a reminder that these are the things which we are going to do today. And there are times where you might want to bring in the pitch and speak about that the pitch looks like this, and then if we win the toss, whether we are going to bat first or bowl first. Those are the things which are discussed in the team huddle. But most of the times, it's as Piyush was mentioning, it's more about basic stuff, and it's not something which is very intense. But it's just about regrouping before you get into the game, before you get into the warm up. And then you are looking forward to that big event, which is obviously going to happen. And each and every, players are so much used to getting into the huddle that it's more of a beginning of that particular day.
Right. I see a clear blue sky behind you, Vimal. Just quickly tell us, how hot is it? What's the weather like? And how much is that going to influence playing conditions, the toss, etc.? Vimal, can you hear me? You're on mute. Vimal, you're on mute.
Yeah, Anand. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Now I'm audible. Yeah. One thing, I think the toss will be very crucial from Pakistan's point of view. India has kind of player. They are not, worried about what happens in toss, because if you look at man to man, India is far superior side. They have the 6 bowling options in terms of fast bowler, in terms of spinner. The fact that India is even contemplating dropping Harshit Rana, who has got 3 wickets, and maybe bring in Varun Chakravarti, it speaks about the embarrassment of riches Indian team has. So I think the toss, it will be on the slower side, because historically, if you look at Dubai, it has always helped slow bowlers, and Piyush will be the better person to address on those things. But what I saw yesterday, we were in the press conference where Aqib Javed, head coach of Pakistan team, was there, and this question was asked to him several times. And Aqib Javed said, I understand, which is going to be on the slower side. India has got quality spinners, but we are going to stick with our strength. Our strength is fast bowlers. And Aqib Javed, we all know, the new generation might not be aware, but Aqib Javed was always the underdog bowler.
Correct.
Under the shadow of great Imran Khan, Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus. But he used to produce sensational spell. Cheteshwar will know, Indian team has a coach like Ravi Shastri, जिसको कहते हैं मुर्दे में जान फूंक दे अपनी बातों से. Aqib Javed is that kind of person in Pakistani team. जो सब लोग हम लोग बोल रहे हैं पाकिस्तान कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, Aqib वो जान डाल सकते हैं कि लड़के तुम लोगों ने ये जंग है जीतनी है. वो जो जज्बा बोलते हैं ना पाकिस्तानी जज्बा, वो Aqib Javed as a coach can, I think, rub on
See,
the
coach can do everything outside of the dressing, outside of the boundary line. Inside the boundary line, it's up to the players. And somewhere there, it just seems to be all scattered with the Pakistanis. Cheteshwar, your thoughts? So you believe, wicket will be on the slower side. Are you in favor of India actually benching Harshit Rana and bringing in a Varun Chakravarti and increasing the number of spinning options? Or is it too big a risk to take? All depending on.
I think it will be a bigger risk, because we already have Akshay, Jadeja and Kuldeep in the squad. So I don't think we need an extra spinner. You need 3 seamers. You need Harshit and Shami as your frontline seamers, and Hardik can always chip in with a few overs. So I don't think we need an extra spinner on that pitch. I do agree that the pitch will be on the slower side. There will be enough assistance for the spinners. But having 4 spinners in the playing 11, I don't agree with that. I don't think if your 3 spinners can't do job, then your 4th spinner is not needed. So I think and the kind of quality we have Akshay, Jadeja and Kuldeep. Right. All 3 are quality spinners, and on a given day, all 3 spinners can take a fifer. So I don't think we need an extra spinner on that pitch. But yeah, as we were discussing about the Pakistani team, I don't think there is not enough time because there are a lot of dents in their team. The way they played the Tri Series, the way they played the first game, I don't think they are looking like a Pakistani team who can beat any team on a given day. But yes, it's a sport. We have to be in present. But the Indian team looks like in a very good shape. The way all the players are performing.
So would you want to want it to be an unchanged squad, or would you want to think about Arshdeep?
I would want to think about Harshdeep if I was in the position instead of Harshit. But it will be unfair on Harshit. I must say that. But yeah, I would prefer another option because see, Arshdeep is a left arm seamer. We already have Shami who's a right arm seamer. So you need to have that extra option. And on a slower pitch, most of their batters, top order batters, are right-handers. So even if you want to bowl that slow ball, which goes away from the right-handers, whereas Harshit has a slow ball, but which normally for a right-arm seamer, the slow balls comes back into the right-handers.
Right. So you would lean towards Arshdeep. That's the only change in the mix. Piyush Chavla, team has arrived. Team has arrived at the Dubai International Stadium. Your team arrival shots are coming across. So the teams have arrived. That's Pakistan and also the Indian team. So we see Hardik Pandya. He'll have a key role to play. He's not done much with the bat. He didn't have much to do in the first match. Bowling, perhaps if they lean on and if they decide to go the Varun Chakravarti way, then it'll all come down to Shami and Hardik to shoulder the pace attack. What do you think, Piyush? What's going to happen?
I think when something is which is not broken, why to fix it? Because the last game which India played, they played fantastic cricket. They had a perfect game. So I don't think so there is any change needed. And as Pujara mentioned that, Harsh, left arm seamer, I was discussing about that when India played against Bangladesh. But they preferred Harshit. And it will be not good for Harshit that, he has done nothing wrong. So why to change him as well? Although I would personally like to have a left-arm seamer, as Puji mentioned. But again, you want to go in with the winning combination and you give that secure feeling to the players because you don't want to do that, chopping and dropping the players for no reason. So I think India will go ahead with the same team and you don't need 4 spinners because suppose if one of the seamer had a bad day, then who's going to bowl in the slog, then power play, then there are a lot of things which is going to go against. So I think 3 seamers, 3 spinners, that's the best combination.
What's with these AirPods and headphones, especially when they are stepping out of the bus, getting into this crowd, into the stadium? Is this just a look thing or is everybody trying to, zone out the noise outside? Or does everybody have some music that they like to listen to or something they like to listen to get them into the zone?
Well, everyone has a different routine altogether, So somebody wants to hear the music, somebody is watching some video, somebody watching their previous video, what they have done. So they just want to have those, earpiece in their ear and just want to relax and want to calm down just before the big game.
पक्का ऐसा ही है because you're watching a video, you have to do it when you're in the bus. जब गाड़ी से उतर रहे तब ये headphone, तब ये AirPods. Puji, why do they do that? Cheteshwar?
See, it's about being relaxed when you are entering the stadium. Just be in your zone. If you're listening to music, it calms your nerves down. It's about switching off from the game. See, you only need to switch on when you enter the field. Till you don't enter the field, you need to be relaxed, especially in the high pressure game. And when you are playing against Pakistan, there are a lot of expectations. So as a player, you just want to be in that zone where you are not thinking too much about the game. You are just you need to be relaxed. You need to be calm before a big game. And that's why players, whatever music they prefer to listen before the game, most of the players have their own routine. So it doesn't matter whether it's a big game or a small game, but they always tend to listen to the music. And it has become part of their, routine. So they don't want to break it. They just want to continue with that. So I feel that it's a good thing. Yes, Vimal, you wanted to say something?
No. I want to ask you first before Vimal comes in. Vimal has a lot of information, so he'll have a lot to say. But I want to ask you, were you superstitious? Did you have a method yourself? First Cheteshwar and then Piyush. कि भाई ये गाना सुनूंगा, ये ऐसा ही करूंगा, this is I want these things in order, or was that OCD about only 1 or 2 things?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई सुपरस्टिशियस ऐसी कोई मेरी चीज नहीं थी, बट यस, आई ऑलवेज लव लिसनिंग टू म्यूजिक बिफोर गोइंग इनटू अ गेम, क्योंकि थोड़े मतलब आप जब गाने सुनते हैं, द म्यूजिक ऑलवेज काम्स यू डाउन, और आप एक अपने जोन में रहते हैं, तभी ज्यादा सोचते नहीं है, क्योंकि ये थोड़ा क्रिकेट दिमाग का खेल भी है। देखिए, आप जब बड़े मैच खेलते हैं तो उसके पहले जब आप ज्यादा सोचते हैं, आपका दिमाग ज्यादा चलता है, तो आपके ऊपर प्रेशर बढ़ता है। And you, as a sports person, you are at your best when you are, bit relaxed, and you are following your muscle memory rather than, thinking and playing the game. Because everyone, why do we practice as a cricketer? We practice to develop that muscle memory. Now you have that muscle memory, and it's about your body taking over rather
Correct.
than your mind taking over your body.
Very interesting. Piyush, what's your thing ahead of a big IPL game or a international fixture?
My thing was very clear. If it's a long journey from from the hotel to the stadium, then only I'll have my earpods on and I'll just put the music and I'll just sleep in the bus. So, see, everyone has a different way of relaxing. So that was my way of doing it. And it's not like sleeping. It's not like sleeping, just, closing your eyes and just relaxing a bit. And once you reach the field, I always used to feel freshen up once I reached the ground, and then just do my things, my routine, and then get onto the field.
True. So the Indian team also looking very relaxed. हाँ विमल.
हाँ, मैं एक चीज
फिर
कहना
मुझे
चाह रहा
कहोगे ये
था,
बोलने नहीं देता. हाँ बोलिए.
हाँ, नहीं, मैं एक चीज ये कहना चाह रहा था कि बहुत सारे खिलाड़ी ये बोलते हैं, स्पेशली मैच के डेज में, हम जानबूझ के वो हेडफोन लगाते हैं ताकि बहुत सारे पब्लिक गंदे कमेंट और बहुत सारे बेस्ट ऑफ लक और ये वो किसी को ऑटोग्राफ चाहिए फोटो, तो जस्ट टू अवॉइड दोज डिस्ट्रैक्शंस यू जस्ट इन द जोन, तो पब्लिक को बुरा भी नहीं लगता। इवन एज ए जर्नलिस्ट समटाइम्स, एंड वी हैव सीन दैट कि आप खड़े रहते हो कि भाई कुछ भी ग्रीटिंग होता, सम प्लेयर्स लाइक इट, पीपल आर वेलकम, सम प्लेयर्स जस्ट डू नॉट वांट कि मैच डे में यार दिमाग लगा हुआ उधर, क्योंकि कई तो ऐसे भी दर्शक हैं, रोहित भाई टिकट जुगाड़ करा दो, ऐसे भी लोग हैं।
तो आई थिंक दोज डिस्ट्रैक्शन समटाइम्स कई बात ऐसा होता है, कोई कुछ कह देता है, दैट टेंड्स टू एक्चुअली स्टे बैक ऑन यू, एंड दोज कमेंट मे बी अ पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव, व्हाटएवर इट इज, एंड समवेयर then that tends to distract you and take you off what you actually need to do, that your marker, your focus is on the game. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to take a very short break because it's a newsreel. We've got to take a short break. But on the way out, we'd like to also show you what the Indian fans and the Pakistani fans are saying. Have a look at this fan frenzy, and when we come back, we'll get closer to the pitch report and the toss.
मैं हर बार जहाँ पर जब भी अहमदाबाद में मैच होती है, मैं हर बार ऐसे तिरंगा पेंटिंग करके जाता हूँ इंडिया की टीम को चीयरअप करने। और जब भी इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच होता है तो खाली बैट बॉल का नहीं होता, उससे भी बड़ा होता है। तो मैं एक थीम बनाता हूँ, जैसे आपको बताऊँ, पाकिस्तान जिस हिसाब से हरकत करता है बच्चों की तरह, उस हिसाब से हमें एक थीम बनाता हूँ। इसमें एक थीम हम बताते हैं, भाई देखो पाकिस्तान हरकत करता है, जैसे हमारा तिरंगा नहीं लगाया गया था, उसके बाद फिर लगाया गया था, तो पाकिस्तान बच्चों की तरह हरकत करता रहता है। तो ये मैच है, मैं चाहूँगा मैच की तरफ एक देखिए, और तो आप जबरदस्त।
Definitely not too easy, but hopes हमेशा high हैं, and we support our team no matter what, so let's hope for the best from their end. And नारा यही होगा कि दिल पाकिस्तान, दिल पाकिस्तान।
ये है कि जो अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलेगा वो जीतेगा, चाहे वो पाकिस्तान हो या इंडिया हो।
तो भाई इधर
The stage is set for a thrilling encounter in the ICC Championship Trophy, and as arch rivals, India and Pakistan face off at Dubai International Stadium. Now, India is riding high on confidence after a winning start to their campaign, while Pakistan is looking to bounce back from a disappointing loss to New Zealand. Now, this match is crucial for both the teams, with India eyeing a spot in the top 4 and Pakistan desperate to avoid an early exit. Now, the stakes are high and the intensity is expected to be electric. Will India's momentum carry them through, or can Pakistan pull off a stunning upset? The wait is almost over.
We all are set for high-profile India-Pakistan big game, which is going to decide the fate of Pakistan cricket team in this Champions Trophy. Obviously, India starts as favorite. There is no other thoughts when you talk about India versus Pakistan. But what I can tell you, the practice sessions, if you look at the India's practice session on Saturday, it was quite unusual in the sense Normally, it's a either intense practice session where where teams will come, they will have the batting or bowling nets. At least one player spending 30 minutes. Usually, that's the case. Or sometimes it's an optional practice session just before the game. Some player will not come, some player will come. Even if they come, they will not train intensely. But it was sort of in between kind of net session, which was not as intense, but it wasn't as optional. So overall, but what was surprising, if you look at from Indian point of view, Virat Kohli came to the ground ahead of the scheduled time. Indian team was supposed to start training from 1 PM in the afternoon, but Virat Kohli along with couple of other players arrived the stadium a little early, 2 hours early in fact. And Virat batted for nearly 1 hour with the support staff, since Anshu Kotak, who has been added to the support staff just recently during the England series. So obviously teams, the Indian team really.
Back live here on our coverage as we build up to that big clash at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, and that is Bharat versus Pakistan. 2:30 PM IST is when the match gets underway, 1 PM local time in Dubai. Vimal Kumar, Cheteshwar Pujara, Piyush Chawla with us, but quickly going across to Harsh Dutt, who is joining us live from ground. Harsh, whereabouts are you? And what are the fans saying?
Anand, one thing is quite clear, that although the match is happening in Dubai, but the energy here is quite palpable. As you can see, the fans here. What do you think is going to be the outcome of the match today?
Yeah, I think everyone is clear about the outcome of today's match, because India's team is very much strong and all the players are in form. Even if somebody is casting doubt about Sata Dilli the Munda, Virat Kohli, I am sure that he will come out exceptionally well in this match. And we are expecting a good knock from Virat. Other players also like Shubman Gill, and most importantly our bowling attack, spinners, they are all in good form. So no doubt about the outcome of today's match.
Who do you want to see in the final?
India, obvious.
Versus who? India versus who?
India versus anyone. We are in the final.
We will win.
जीतेगा भाई,
India is going to be the champions.
जीतेगा भाई, जीतेगा.
India जीतेगा. Who is your favorite player?
विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा, MS Dhoni.
Well, Anand, I think the message is quite clear that India is going to win today, according to the fans.
भारत माता की जय. भारत माता की जय.
Right, thank you for that, Harsh. Let's quickly go across. It's going to be very close to the pitch report and the toss. Cheteshwar Pujara, Piyush Chawla with us. Amey Abhishek of News18.com is also with us. And let's talk cricket. Vimal Kumar should also get close. The statistics are loaded in favor for the team that chooses to field. Cheteshwar, do those stats matter, especially in Dubai?
I don't think the stats matter a lot, because you also look at the recent performances, how the pitch is behaving. The pitch has been used for quite some time. There have been some franchisee league going on over there. So you look at all those factors rather than just the stats, because stats are over a period of time. It's over the years. So it can change, and you rely on the present past rather than looking at last 2, 3, 4 years. What has happened in last 6 months? And last 6 months, those pitches are used quite a lot. The weather has been, it is pleasant, but it's still when in the afternoon it's slightly little hot, little warm. The dew doesn't come in. So you look at those factors and then take a call. So if there is no dew and if spinners are getting enough help in the second half, you would always prefer to bat first in a high pressure game.
Well, so Mohammad Rizwan seems to have flipped the coin in his favor. So Pakistan has won the toss. That's the word. Pakistan has won the toss and they are going to bat first. So the numbers say that the team that fields, they win. And Rohit Sharma didn't have to decide that. Mohammad Rizwan only tossed the coil and Mohammad Rizwan only called it in his favor and said, we're going to bat first. Now, do they have the kind of batting firepower? Because I remember Cheteshwar said, Amaya, that day, that about 270, 280 is a defendable total. We've got a lot of batting depth, but Piyush Chawla, will we be able to make early breakthroughs? Who do you think is the biggest challenge for us? That if we see this batsman's back, they're gone, the Pakistanis.
Well, there has been a lot of discussion on Babar after the last game, but still he's a quality player. So you want to get him out early because he's somebody who can anchor the inning. And if somebody can anchor the inning, there are other batters who can bat around him and they can bat at a better pace because they know the one end is safe. So I think Babar's wicket will be crucial. And then Imam is coming as a replacement. So he's a good player, but I feel that he hadn't played that much international cricket. But one player which I'm really actually thinking could be a threat is that Salman Agha. Because he's somebody who can game the take away from you because he bats at a high strike rate. His hitting ability is good. Although these pitches are a little different, but still, you have to give credit to them the way he scored that 100 against South Africa in the Tri-Nation series when they chased down the 350 odd runs. So I think these are the few crucial wickets. And then in the lower order, that Kushdil is a good player. He can play well. So first of all, you have to look for the early breakthroughs because I know the conditions are a bit hot and humid there. So it will be a lot of responsibility on Shami and then the other bowlers. But at the same time, spinners will definitely come into the play when you play the afternoon game.
Will be interesting to see the playing 11. Do they really effect any changes? But Cheteshwar Pujara, Salman Agha, Babar Azam, do you think these are the main threats? Are they vulnerable to spin? Do you believe an Arshdeep will be perhaps more potent? Now, in this scenario, we don't know what the playing 11 is. It's going to come any moment now. Yes, Cheteshwar, and then Amaya.
I think, look, their batting lineup is a bit fragile. The way they have been approaching throughout all the ODI series. I think what has happened is they haven't been performing well. And the reason they haven't been performing well is their intent. I genuinely feel their intent hasn't been perfect. And they are not putting enough pressure on the bowlers. And if you can't put pressure on the bowlers, then in the ODI format, and especially when the pitches are slow, you are always behind in the game. You need to score enough runs in first 10 to 15 overs when the ball is hard and new. If you can't score runs then you are putting too much pressure in your middle order and lower middle order. Whereas Pakistan doesn't have enough depth.
So they're not fixing what's not broken. Bharat has retained the same side. That's what the understanding is, that it's the same side that's been retained. Virat Kohli is short of that landmark hits in his sight, 14,000 runs in one-day international cricket. He's that landmark is in sight. Amaya, what's the report from the dressing room, especially the Pakistani dressing room?
See, Mohammad Rizwan is one player we need to watch out for, Anand. Is what I feel. While we are talking about Babar, Rizwan has a good record against India. He always performs when it's in the ICC tournaments against India. So that's one player that the Indian bowlers will have to watch out for. But the way the bowlers have bowled in the first match against Bangladesh, especially Mohammad Shami coming back to form, is a big thing for India. I would have liked to see a Varun Chakravarti in place of a Kuldeep. But I think when you won the first match, it's very difficult to make a change to your playing 11, and that's what I think India has stuck to.
I've got Umesh Sharma live from Chandigarh. Let's just go across. Is he there with Arshdeep's coach? We just check. जी उमेश, तो Arshdeep तो is not playing. आज तो नहीं खेल रहे हैं. Unchanged side है.
जी. Yes. Same side. Arshdeep is not playing, but Arshdeep के कोच जसवंत राय हमारे साथ हैं. हम लोग जो डिस्कस यही कर रहे थे कि क्या कॉम्बिनेशन रहेगा क्या नहीं, और फाइनली टॉस जीत के पाकिस्तान ने बैटिंग की, और लेकिन पाकिस्तान की टीम में चेंज है. इंडिया सेम साइड है. यही हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि या 3 स्पिनर के साथ.
हाँ, यही डिस्कस कर रहे थे क्योंकि वो वही जो विकटें हैं वो स्लो डाउन विकटें हैं, तो स्पिनर को ज्यादा हेल्प कर दिए. तो यही 3 स्पिनर तो इंडिया ने खिलाने थे. सिर्फ टाई थी कि 2 फास्ट बॉलर खिलाते या कौन हर्षित राणा करते. हर्षित राणा भी परफॉर्म किया है. शम्मी तो लेजेंड बॉलर है. तो मेरे हिसाब से यही था, अगर 3 स्पिनर कुलदीप यादव या वरुण चक्रवर्ती या कुलदीप यादव, तो सेम ही टीम है, यही कॉम्बिनेशन बनना चाहिए था. ठीक है, टीम मैनेजमेंट ने जो सोचा वो विकेट का बिहेवियर देखा होगा, विकेट कैसा खेल रही है, क्या है वहाँ पे, क्या कंडीशंस हैं, तो सामने जो भी कॉम्बिनेशन बना उनके हिसाब से अच्छा बनाया।
हालांकि बांग्लादेश के मैच के बाद अर्शदीप उस मैच में भी नहीं थे, आप हमेशा एक मैसेज करते हैं और उस मैसेज का जवाब भी आता है।
हाँ, उसको अभी तो खेल नहीं रहा, सिर्फ उसको ऑल द बेस्ट कह देता हूँ। तो कभी वो आज तक उसने कोई भी शेयर नहीं की मेरे से टीम, या पता है नहीं कभी, और न मैं उससे पूछता हूँ, क्योंकि ये कॉन्फिडेंशियल बातें हैं, और ना भी मैं उसको डिस्टर्ब करता हूँ ज़्यादा, क्योंकि मैनेजमेंट ने वहाँ क्या डिसाइड किया, क्या उनके प्लान है, तो जो मेरा रोल होता है वो ये एक मोटिवेट करने वाला, मैं वही करता हूँ। आज ही सुबह उसको ऑल द बेस्ट वाला मैसेज डाला था, उसने थैंक यू करके मेरे।
बिल्कुल, इस क्योंकि पाकिस्तान के लिए एक तरह से डूड आई है, पाकिस्तान पहला मैच हार चुका है, इंडिया बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ जीत चुका है, तो कहीं ना कहीं ये भी एक माइंडसेट रहता है, प्रेशर और हिस्ट्री जो रही अभी तक के, और पाकिस्तान की टीम कहीं ना कहीं स्टेबलाइज नहीं है, कि कप्तानी चेंज है, टीम में हमेशा
राइट। सो इमामुल हक, बाबर आजम, सौद शकील, मोहम्मद रिजवान, तैयब ताहिर, सलमान आगा, खुशदिल शाह, शाहीन शाह अफरीदी, नसीम शाह, हारिस रौफ, अबरार अहमद, दैट्स द पाकिस्तान टीम। Cheteshwar, what's the talk among the Pakistanis? Do they agree that perhaps the likes of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah are past their prime? They used to bowl better earlier. They are not. Does that lack that firepower? Although Aqib Javed seems to have said that I'm going to go with these guys.
It does lack the firepower. I wouldn't deny that at all. And the stat speaks for itself. If you look at their stats in the last 10 overs in the ODI format, in the recent try series and in the last game as well, they have been conceding more than 100 runs in the last 10 overs, which is a lot. And I feel that they are not able to swing the ball either early on with the new ball. So their fast bowling unit, it's not threatening. It used to be, if you look at the Pakistani fast bowlers in the past, or same bowling lineup, same players, before say 3, 4, 5 years back, even on a slow pitch, there was a threat that they can bowl a team out. They can get that breakthrough which is needed early on. So at this stage, I feel that their fast bowlers are not the threat, and even their spinners. They only have one spinner, which is Abrar, and apart from that, I don't think the other spinners are a big threat. So they are lacking 5 bowlers. Other 2 spinners are all-rounders. So they don't have frontline 5 bowlers. If we compare the Indian side, we have top 5 bowlers, and Hardik is our 6th option.
Correct.
So I feel if you look at the team's balance, India has a better team balance.
Better team balance, but what's the mindset that they get in, and what's a good total to restrict them to, Piyush? आप भी agree करते हैं चेतेश्वर से कि that Pakistan is not as fearsome as it used to be, their bowling attack. बट पाकिस्तानी हमेशा ये कहते हैं हम दुनिया में और किसी का आउट करें ना करें, हमें इंडियन बैटर्स को कैसे आउट करना पता है, खासकर सब कॉन्टिनेंट पे। ये क्या है, ये ऐसा क्यों बोलते हैं?
ये बोलने के लिए आप फिर कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, और ये बातें अब पुरानी हो गई हैं। अगर आप ये नए गेंदबाजों को देखेंगे, जो ये तीनों, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट शाहीन अफरीदी, नसीम शाह कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम एन इंजरी, हारिस, he gets wicket but he leaks lot of runs, which is good for the opponent team. And then if
we have to thank him for that also.
Yes, and if you talk about Shaheen, he used to bowl like with the new ball, he used to pick up wicket, but in last few games he has been leaking lot of runs, and he is not able to provide that breakthrough with the new ball. And if he is not providing the breakthrough with the new ball, so then he looks like a very normal regular bowler. So I feel there is not much to think about. And when you talk about the Pakistani bowling lineup, then Abrar also, he's a spinner, but he's not a proper leg spinner. He's more like, nowadays in fashion it has come that mystery spinner. So mystery spinners bowling, I don't really rate very high, to be very honest. And because you need classical, skillful bowler to get wickets in one-day cricket. T20 cricket is different, where the batsman is coming at you. They're taking more risk, but here you have to get the batter out with the skill. And if you talk about from India's point of view, they want to restrict them somewhere around 240, 250, because we have seen in the last game against Bangladesh, the wicket was on the slower side. And as the ball gets older, it becomes a little difficult to bat. And you never know with this dew factor, because that's in nobody's control. If dew comes, that will be great from India's point of view. But if it doesn't, then you don't want to chase way too many, because once the new batter comes in against the old ball, so it becomes a little difficult. So I feel India would like to restrict Pakistan somewhere between 240 to 250.
Yeah, nobody seems to have been able to chase anything above 260 on this track here, and 300 to koi pahuncha hi nahi, and they've not reached. Vimal Kumar was there, just quickly checking if he's there. Ha, Vimal.
Yeah, देखिए रोहित शर्मा has just said that, and that's the mindset of Indian team. Toss doesn't matter to them, and especially Cheteshwar bhai is there. When Ravi Shastri took over, उन्होंने कहा कि पिच को हटा दो यार इक्वेशन से, और वही माइंडसेट से खेल रही हैं. पिच हटाओ जो भी है, बट आई एम सरप्राइज पाकिस्तान इज बैटिंग फर्स्ट, क्योंकि लास्ट टाइम भी हमने देखा था फर्स्ट हाफ में जो परचेज मिल रहा है, द काइंड ऑफ असिस्टेंस द स्पिनर्स गॉट इन द फर्स्ट हाफ, हैड रोहित नॉट ड्रॉप द easiest catch, Akshar Patel would have taken hat trick, or maybe Bangladesh would have bowled out inside 100 runs. But that's a different story. But having said that, Indian team में वो fire power है, especially if you look at Virat Kohli के stress set है. Whatever is the score, chase master will be on.
What is the reaction of the fans behind you the moment they realize that Pakistan is batting first?
Please come. Just wanted to know Cheteshwar Pujara and Piyush Chopra. Pakistan to win. Pakistani fans हैं, Indian fans हैं. Hindustani यार. देखो ये divided है यहाँ पर, लेकिन मैं पाकिस्तान, लेकिन मैं यहाँ पर जितना देख रहा हूँ, जो क्राउड मैंने देखा सुबह से, लगभग 75% you will see blue.
No, it's not about blue. You ask the Indian fan, they say India is winning it. You ask the Pakistani fan, now some of them are saying Dil Dil Pakistan, the others are saying may the best team win. The moment they say may the best team win, there you know that the confidence is not so high as far as your own side is concerned. So, and it can go either way. But 250, you agree Piyush Chawla, with Piyush Chawla, Cheteshwar? 250 is a good total to restrict them to, or perhaps lesser?
Yes, I do agree, but at the same time, I still feel if the pitch is slightly better compared to the last game, and if the ball is not turning that much, then even if they get 270, 275, we have the depth. Our batting lineup is so strong. I still feel we can chase down 270 to 280 if the pitch is on the better side. If the pitch is like the last game we played against Bangladesh, then I think we need to restrict them somewhere around 250, 260.
Well, the ball coming in, does this play on a batter that, he's got me out, this bowler has got me out with this ball often, and I've got to expect it. Does that happen? Does that happen when the mind takes over the body and you don't actually react to the instinct?
I genuinely feel it does happen to most of the batters, because if you have gotten out against a particular bowler, especially our top order, which has struggled a bit against left-arm seamers where the ball comes back into the right-handers, that does play into the mind. But at the same time, look, your preparation has to be on top of your game. And now the batters have realized that there have been times where our top order batters have gotten out against left-arm seamer, the ball which comes back in either LBW or bowled, and our batters has been working against left-arm seamers. We do have a side-arm guy who bowls left-arm now. So the reason he was brought in was this, because we did struggle against left-arm seamers, and if you practice well, then you gain that confidence, and then those negative thoughts goes away, because you need to be confident before the game starts. And if you have faced enough number of balls in the nets, then you are confident and you are well prepared.
Yeah, you feel, Piyush, you agree with Anil Kumble and the others who feel that Virat Kohli perhaps is putting too much pressure on himself. He's short of 14,000 runs. He's the anchor there. There is huge expectation from Rohit and Virat. Perhaps this is their last big tournament. We don't know. We'd like them to continue to play on, but we don't know. This is a team in transition too.
Well, you can't really say pressure, but yeah, you do think about, because there are a lot of things at stake. And someone like Virat Kohli, who has scored so many runs at that level, you don't have to tell him how to get runs, because somebody is close to 14,000 runs mark in ODI cricket. So it's just about matter of one inning, and you need that motivation, that spark. And when it comes to Pakistan and you see ICC tournaments when he played against them, he has got a wonderful record. So he just wants to stay there. And it's important from India's point of view that he just go there and try to spend some time. Because if you talk about his strike rate and stuff, it's not going to matter. Because if he bats long, he'll end up at least on 100, 110 strike rate. He's that kind of a player. And if you remember the 2024 T20 World Cup, he had a quiet tournament. But when it came to a big game, that final, he was the one who was standing tall. So he's that kind of a player. When there is high pressure, he come at top. And then this game, this India-Pakistan, always we say the greatest rivalry, that will be more than enough for him to motivate.
Are we missing a Rishabh Pant in the mix, Amaya? And are we ignoring Shubman Gill? Is he the one who's going to actually take it all away? And perhaps take the pressure away from a Virat Kohli and a Rohit Sharma if the likes of Shubman Gill get going?
Yeah, I definitely think so, Anand. I mean, he's been in great form in ODI specifically. I mean, we saw that in his last innings against Bangladesh. I mean, it was a very, very mature innings. He took his time in the middle overs and then kind of finished it off in style. So Shubman Gill, I think definitely, given the form that he's in, I think will perform today as well. It helps definitely to take the pressure off a Rohit and a Virat. Virat, like Piyush said, I mean, it is just a matter of one innings. I mean, I don't think anybody should be questioning Virat's greatness here. It's a matter of one big innings, and we know Virat is always, when it comes to the big stage, Virat always ups his game, and against Pakistan, I mean, it can't get bigger than this, a match against Pakistan.
Correct. No, but the thing is, वो 40 बनाए, 50 बनाए, it doesn't look big. वो 100 नहीं मारते, तभी वो बड़ा लगता है. That's the weight of expectations on his shoulder. But do you really think he's struggling with form, Cheteshwar, or is it just that he's hitting, he's doing everything right, but the runs are just not coming and he's just getting out? Yeah, sometimes that also happens, no?
There is a patch where you tend to get out early. I mean, someone like Virat, who, as you mentioned, he's known to score big runs.
Yeah.
So he's trying to find his rhythm. We saw that he's getting his rhythm in some games. There are games where he's getting out early. So he's going through a patch where the number of runs which he is expected to score, or there is a lot of expectation out of Virat because he has set high standards for himself. And that is the reason. And that's why I do agree with Anil Bhai's comment where he's trying to put too much pressure on himself. And who wouldn't? Look, someone like Virat who has scored so many runs, and he also understands that there is a lot of expectation out of him, not just by the fans, but even from himself.
Yeah.
Because he likes to score big runs. And if he gets out after scoring a 50 in an ODI game, he will be disappointed. So he's always known to score hundreds. And that is something which is not coming in each and every game. And that is why sometimes you do, as a player, you do, try and put yourself under pressure that I need to score runs, I need to score big runs. And that's where I feel that that comment is, Anil Bhai's comment was very important, that if he can stay a bit relaxed, if he can, not put too much pressure on himself and just play normally, play his game. And once he finds his rhythm, he's unstoppable. He's someone, once he gets going, once he starts scoring runs, he will start scoring runs in each and every game.
True, and that that hunger is still there, that passion is still there. And when you see somebody dedicated, disciplined for decades now, and not deviating from that, you know that it's coming because it still is burning within him. There is that anger, there is that fire in the belly, like they say, to do something. Chaliye, gents, we got to come out because the teams are stepping out. The match action is going to start any moment now. So starting with Cheteshwar Pujara, Piyush Chawla, and then Amaya, your heroes for the match. Two. एक बैट्समैन एक बॉलर बताना पड़ेगा.
If I have to pick a batsman, then I would go with Rohit in this game because the way he has been playing the aggressive way, if he gets going, there's a big score coming from him. And from India's bowling point of view, I feel Akshar Patel, because he is in that rhythm, the way he has been bowling, he will play a major role in this game.
Oh, so Rohit Sharma and Akshar Patel. Piyush Chawla.
For me, I think Shubman, the kind of form he's going through, and he'll be very important from that point of view to anchor the innings. And from bowling point of view, I have a gut feeling Kuldeep gonna come good here because last game when he bowled, he was just unlucky. There were few chances missed, but this game is gonna be different for him.
I don't know. I just knew that you're going to say Kuldeep. I just knew even before you said.
I'm not being biased for the wrist spinners. It's just that comes from within.
I know. I had no conditions applied there. I just felt that you are going to say Kuldeep today.
It was my duty to explain.
Amaya.
I think Virat. It's high time he gets big runs. This is the ideal opportunity. Game against Pakistan in an ICC tournament, all eyes on him. So Virat, from a batting point of view, from bowlers, I think Shami, given the form that he's in, he's already picked up a fifer in the first match against Bangladesh. Bowling first, India have the advantage. The ball seems around a bit in Dubai. So Shami and Rohit for me. Shami and Virat Kohli for me.
So
though I would want
guests,
Rohit to score a big one as well.
Yeah, 3 guests and 6 players. There is no common denominator. So let me add 2 more there. Shreyas Iyer and Hardik Pandya. These 2 also have to come to the party. And somewhere believes that this is a big stage where these guys don't carry that kind of any baggage about history with the Pakistan players or whatever, and they've always been up for a fight. So I'm just putting in. So when we say that there are 8 options out of a playing 11, and in terms of who could be our stars for the match, then I think हमारे सितारे बुलंद है as a team.
I was coming to.
So why are you leaving those 2 behind? Please add them as well.
No, Cheteshwar is saying something.
My third option was Hardik because he's an all-rounder,
Okay.
and if you look at his stats against Pakistan, it is phenomenal. So
Yeah.
you didn't give the third option, but yeah.
Correct. So on that note, on that happy, positive note, thank you very, very much. Always a pleasure speaking cricket with gents. And viewers, we'll be back mid-match. Whenever the match halts for the break, we will be back and we'll take the conversation forward. And of course, there will be a post-match. This is a big game, India versus Pakistan. Leaving you with the teams. Bharat is an unchanged side. They've taken the same winning combination that won the match against Bangladesh. Pakistan have a different shape. We'll have to see how effective they are when they are taken out of their comfort zone, that is their home grounds in Pakistan, and they have had to come and play this game here in Dubai. See you in the mid-break.
The stage is set for a thrilling encounter in the ICC Championship Trophy, and as arch rivals, India and Pakistan face off at Dubai International Stadium. Now, India is riding high on confidence after a winning start to their campaign, while Pakistan is looking to bounce back from a disappointing loss to New Zealand. Now, this match is crucial for both the teams, with India eyeing a spot in the top 4 and Pakistan desperate to avoid an early exit. Now, the stakes are high and the intensity is expected to be electric. Will India's momentum carry them through, or can Pakistan pull off a stunning upset? The wait is almost over.
We all are set for high-profile India-Pakistan big game, which is going to decide the fate of Pakistan cricket team in this Champions Trophy. Obviously, India starts as favorite. There is no other thoughts when you talk about India versus Pakistan. But what I can tell you, the practice sessions, if you look at the India's practice session on Saturday, it was quite unusual in the sense, normally it's a either intense practice session where teams will come, they will have the batting or bowling nets, at least one player spending 30 minutes, usually that's the case, or sometimes it's an optional practice session just before the game. Some player will not come, some player will come. Even if they come, they will not train intensely. But it was sort of in between kind of net session, which was not as intense, but it wasn't as optional. So overall, but what was surprising, if you look at from Indian point of view, Virat Kohli came to the ground ahead of the scheduled time. Indian team was supposed to start training from 1 PM in the afternoon. But Virat Kohli, along with couple of other players, arrived the stadium a little early, 2 hours early in fact. And Virat batted for nearly 1 hour with the support staff in Anshu Kotak, who has been added to the support staff just recently during the England series. So obviously, the Indian team realizes that for this game, a lot is riding on Virat Kohli's shoulder. The experienced shoulder, the chase master, the king, everything. And Virat knows that. We all know the cometh the hour, cometh the man. We have heard about this thing. When it comes to Virat, it's absolutely true. And that is what the Indian fans will expect.
All right, at 2:30 p.m. is when India and Pakistan match is all set to begin, and this time it is going to take place in Dubai International Stadium. Remember, India has in fact defeated Bangladesh yesterday in the same stadium, but as far as the India-Pakistan match is concerned, it is going to be interesting given how the history of India and Pakistan has been. They are arch rivals and all eyes are of course on this particular match, and we have in fact reporters on ground who will in fact be getting us what is really the mood like on ground. Apart from that, we also will be in fact getting in connection with our colleague Vimal, who is in fact in Dubai to get us all those latest updates.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to yet another edition of Take 3 with me, Anand Narsimhan, Rahul Shivshankar and Zaka Jacob. This is the first time the three of us are sitting and talking once the Delhi government has been formed. We're not even saying that the elections are over. The Delhi government has been formed. They took 10 days. This seems to be that they have a period of this 10 days, and no matter which state it is and no matter what state it is in, they will take these 10 days. But they have, and Delhi has its fourth Mahila Chief Minister in Rekha Gupta, the 9th Chief Minister of the state of Delhi. Zaka Jacob, did you think it would be Rekha Gupta? Did you have these punts ki kaun banega Mukhyamantri?
No, I was telling people in the newsroom that, I mean, if anybody has, for want of a better phrase, dibs on the post of Chief Minister, it has to be Parvesh, because he was the giant killer. He defeated Kejriwal. I mean, even though Kejriwal was not the sitting Chief Minister, the fact is he defeated a political movement which was symbolized with this man. I mean, he was the representative of that political movement, which was ruling over Delhi for the last 10 plus years, and he defeated him right in the heart of New Delhi. So if anybody, politically speaking, had sort of dibs on the post, it had to be him. But then that's not the way the BJP operates. The BJP has different calculations. And, you know, like I said on the show earlier this week, on the day that she was chosen, you know, our heartiest wishes and congratulations to Rekha Gupta, because she's got a very, very onerous task cut out for her. There's a lot of expectations because, you know,